Hey, this Paul Salfen for the Ultimate Hail Mary and AMF Magazine, and we're here at Hotel Zaza right before Dallas International Film Festival to talk about The Salamander King, a really cool, funny new movie. And guess what? We get to talk to the stars. Adrian Palicki, you know her. She's been in Friday Night Lights, G.I. Joe. She's been in John Wick, and then Austin Nichols, who directed the film, and he's in the upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer. He's been in The Walking Dead. So listen to what they have to say about this film and another film they have at the festival right here. All right, we're back at the Dallas International Film Festival at the beautiful Hotel Zaza to talk about The Salamander King. We're so excited to talk about this because, it's a strange time in the world and we could use a good laugh. And so I was just thinking, this is that kind of light, fun thing that we kind of need in the world right about now, right?
Exactly. I agree. I'm glad you said that. And, when we set out to make this thing, you never know what's going to be happening in the world a year or two later when your movie actually releases. And this is a weird time. And I always said to the actors and our producers and everybody, I said, I want to make a movie that makes people happy, makes people laugh, and they want to watch again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe, the powers that be, the movie gods are going to smile on us, and maybe people need this right now.
Yes, absolutely. And it looked like it was a whole lot of fun to make because, when we grew up, we always look at movies and go, that'd be so cool to be in a movie. And then you get to a movie set and you're like, this isn't so fun.
It felt like a bunch of friends getting together and having a great time. I mean, honestly, I was telling Austin, I didn't want to leave set.
Yeah.
I rap and I'd be like, really? I have to go home?
And that I feel so grateful anytime anyone says that because, usually I'm an actor and I'm not responsible for everything. And when somebody came to me and you said that to me, it meant so much because it doesn't always happen. Like you said, sometimes it's stressful. Sometimes it's like not great energy or some weird people.
Or you dread going to work, and that's worse, considering you get to play for a living. So.
Yeah. And play in Austin too, which is, of course, favorite city. And sorry, Dallas. And so it's kind of cool that you get to have this here in Texas, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nothing better than going to work and being able to sleep in your bed at night.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, so was there a particular memory on set that just stood out to you where you're just looking around going, can't believe this is what I get to do for a living?
Yeah, I'd say the swing. See,
Yep.
was.
See, if you know, did you know that you were going to do it or how did that go down?
No, I don't know if you asked me.
Yeah.
I got there and you're like, how do you feel about going on a swing? And I was like, okay.
That's right. Because there was all kinds of conversations. In pre-production, there's way too many conversations about not way too many, but there are a lot of safety conversations.
Yeah.
And it can get a little almost too safe. Yeah. And it was like, we have to get a stunt double for every reel to do the rope swing. And I was like, guy,
action movies have I done?
I know. I don't think, guys, I grew up going to this place. I've done the rope swing and I've jumped off the cliff there in the tree. And let me talk to Annie and see what she says. And when I asked you, I think you were like, you were game. You was like, yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah. But overall, shooting those 2 days out at those at Krusty Springs was, I think, some of the most fun because it's hot in the summer when you're shooting. The crew was all jumping in the water in between scenes.
We were the only people there. It just felt really
It was really fun. And I think people stayed after the second day of shooting and cooked out and we all had beers. It was just a cool hang.
That's awesome. Well, you two have the coolest jobs in the world as far as most people are concerned. And at the festival, we have a lot of aspiring actors, directors, filmmakers there. What kind of advice would each of you give to somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps and through this?
The best advice I ever got was when I was at Playhouse West, my acting school, and Carnegie said, he goes, if you want to do anything else in the world, do it, because this will be the hardest thing you ever do. But if you want to do it, then you have to have tenacity and, just keep going and plow through all the no's because there'll be a lot of it. But it's worth it at the end.
Yeah. And, I think that's perfect for acting. I think when you want to go direct something or write something, don't ever wait for someone to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make it happen. You have to push the boulder up the hill. And even when you think it's going to get easier, it's not. And you have to keep pushing it. And on the next one, on the next one, on the next one. And you have to be driving that train.
Yeah, I love that. So our co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys. And he caught the Hail Mary, went and followed fame. So proud of him. And we love asking people a Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just kind of had to go for it. It worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for each of you?
Ooh, this is a good one.
I was between two projects. I was already testing for Aquaman, and then I got the offer to test for Friday Night Lights. And I could have made the worst decision of my life. Because I had to make the decision of which one I was going to, because you can't really battle for both. So it came down to working with Imagine, Ron Howard's company, and I was like, well, this is a bigger deal. Although I've been with like the Aquaman thing for so long.
Yeah.
And it changed my life because it made me an actor that people actually respected. I no longer have to be a bathing suit. But I think about like the what ifs of my life could have been something completely different had I not gone for that.
That's great. I have a similar story. I was working on Deadwood. I did only two or three episodes, and the creator, who was, is arguably one of the greatest TV writers ever, David Milch, he called me and he asked me to do his next show, which was about surfing, and it was this really weird, esoteric, interesting show. And at the same time, I got an offer to do a procedural. And even though John from Cincinnati only went one season,
You were so great.
thank you. I think it was a similar situation where, on the other one, I might have made a lot of money,
Right.
but this one had something special and unique about it. And I'm so glad I went and did that one, I don't know, ultimately, it's hard to say what it did for you or what could have been if you did, who knows? But I always felt in my bones that I'm glad I went that way.
Well, part of it is that success mindset. We talk about that on the show. And you have to have that, especially making an independent movie and just the love of doing it. So what do you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path even when the days are tough?
I really try to stick to the theme, and I repeat when I'm in the car going to work every morning. I try to always repeat what the theme of this movie is and stick close, and always, no matter what scene's happening with the characters, no matter what it is, I always remind myself, what is this movie about? What is this movie about? And just beat it into my head. So if you stick to the theme, and the theme is concise, simple, but powerful, I think you will make something that people can like and understand.
Well, for me, it's just a sense of community. I mean, that's it. I love the cast and crew. I love being on a set. It makes me feel at home. So it's like, no matter what it's about, even Due West, that's a very different themed movie. It's about connecting with the people that are there, knowing that we're all trying to make one thing together. So nobody's more important than the next, and things will get hard. But as long as we have each other to lean on, we can get through anything.
Yeah. Well said. So before we let you go, you do have another movie that you mentioned.
The first movie I ever produced, which is I was talking about a boulder cliff, man. Especially with the theme of the film, getting it made in Texas is very difficult. But I was so lucky that Austin was willing to do it and play such an important. I mean, it was a small role, but it was an important role.
I'm so glad you asked me. I mean, it's something that women and people are dealing with all the time, and it's really, really hard. And I think you guys made the movie in a way that's beautiful and celebratory, and also not so boxy, and I was so moved by it, and I can't wait for people to see this movie. Due West, it's going to be very, very
Bitter King.
That's right.
So you have a little laugh. Two very different films.
Well, good. We'll come see both of them at the Dallas International Film Festival. And thank you both so much for being with us, and we'll see you there.